Hi, my name is Missy. So I'm going to do a slightly different reading today. As you can see, we have kind of a bunch of decks here. I want to go ahead and talk about the decks that we have. But before I talk about the decks that we have and why we have, I want to talk about why we have them here and what kind of reading this is that I want to do. So if you have been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm not only a tarot reader and psychic, I'm also an astrologer. And so right now we have something happening in the astrology, being a Mars-Venus opposition that will be happening in a couple of days. I think is going to be pretty important, right? Because I think there are going to be a lot of people who may end up having either an argument or something explosive could happen with Mars in retrograde in Gemini opposing Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. Now, as I'm getting ready to explain this, I need to, I'm probably going to, oh, hold on, I need to make sure that I've got the right chart here. I think this is the one that I want. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is edit in a picture of what the chart actually looks like so that you'll be able to see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. But as I was saying, as interesting too, because, you know, I already have my earbuds in as I normally do, and we have the song I'm Moving On by Rascal Flatts. So I think this is definitely kind of going to be the energy that's happening for quite a few people. But I think beyond that, look, let's be real. There are going to be quite a few people that maybe if you're moving on from them, there could be something explosive that happens, or some sort of deception or betrayal that you discover, something, right? And so what I wanted to do is make the focus of this reading, you know, let the ancestors handle it, basically, I think is what I'm going to name it. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to name it something like that. I want to look at you know, what justice are you crying out for, basically? And the reason that I say that is because right now, as I'm recording this video, and I'm looking at the astrology, I can see that as we're talking, we have the Moon and Pluto in conjunction, and that happens to be in Capricorn. And it is opposing Pallas Athena. And Pallas Athena it carries the energy of, you know, standing up for yourself, fighting for your rights, fighting for the underdog, fighting for feminine issues as well. You know, and these can be, you know, with Moon-Pluto conjunction, these can be very deep traumatic issues where maybe you feel like you need justice for something that was deep and traumatic, and yet you can't do anything about it physically, right? Or maybe you know, I mean, you just can't do anything about it physically other than moving on and allowing the ancestors to take care of it. So, you know, sometimes, let's be real about what it's like to be human. Sometimes, you know, what we need to move on is the assurance of what kind of justice will be collected on our behalf, right? Sometimes just knowing that there will be some sort of justice collected on our behalf is what helps us to move on. So even though this is a little bit of a dark subject, I feel like it's a necessary subject because I do feel that with the astrology, as I say, you know, I think it's the 30th that we're going to have the exact opposition between Mars, Venus, and Mercury. But as I'm recording this right now, Venus is sitting at 14 degrees of Sagittarius, and Mercury is at 16 degrees of Sagittarius, while Mars is currently at 20 degrees of Gemini. So, you know, the energy is coming into aspect, or into exact opposition, right? It's moving towards the aspect. So you could even be feeling that energy right now. You may have already had something happen you know, where maybe you exploded and lost your temper. We have the song Little Boy by Ashniko, and it, just as I was saying that, part of the lyrics as she's saying is, little boy, who you think you're talking to? You know, so again, with Mars in Gemini, especially Mars in retrograde in Gemini, opposing Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is Gemini's ruler, so being in the house opposing him, you know, and opposing Mars, which is angry words, right? That means that obviously there's something that either you really truly believe, you know, to be right and true, right? This is what you believe to be, like according to your personal values, what is right and true, and yet there's probably someone opposing you. And it very well could be that this person that's opposing you believes that their side is on the right side as well. And in those situations, sometimes you can't do anything to get justice, right? Sometimes you have to walk away, you have to step back. But you know that there was some sort of something nefarious somewhere, right? And let your ancestors handle it. So let's talk about the decks that we have that we're gonna use. Let me close out my screen so that I can now see what's on, what's being recorded. So we have a couple of new decks for me here. This one here, I already made some reels on Facebook with it, and I loved it so much that I knew the next set of readings that I wanted to post on YouTube, I knew I wanted to include it. And so this is Supernatural Join the Hunt Tarot deck and guidebook. It's just the expressions on their faces and just, you know, I was feeling a whole lot as I was using this particular deck here for the reels that well, actually, I don't think I've even posted any of the reels yet. I think today is going to be the first one. So, and one of them I post 3 reels per day. You know, I do that because you got to post every day when you're posting reels to keep the attention, right? So if I post 3, that means 3 signs each day are going to get a reading on Facebook. So there's going to be 3 probably posted by the time this particular video goes up on YouTube. So you might be able to go and check out those reels if you want. So that is the Supernatural Join the Hunt Tarot Deck and Guidebook. This is what the box looks like. It's a nice box. And I'm showing this because I don't know, actually I have to be really honest, I was just at the psychic fair in Carlsbad and I sold a bunch of decks and I haven't had a chance to go through my inventory to see if I even have any of these left. But I did have everything that well, almost everything with the exception of this one here, I have for sale, and I'm going to post it on my website as well. Because, you know, when I bought a deck for myself, I bought an extra one to sell just in case somebody else really liked it. Because I've had people ask me before when I was doing live readings on Facebook, you know, hey, do you sell decks? So I do. It's what I've always wanted to do, is sell decks so that I can see and find as many as possible, because I have a bit of an addiction, a bit of an obsession with tarot decks. I have so many of them, it's not even funny. But anyway, that's not even the point. So here's the book here. Oh, interesting. So that's not good. And you know, we got to be real, especially if I'm going to try to sell it or whatever. Now, I don't know if it's just this particular book or not, but anyway, I was going to say it was made very sturdy, but I don't know now. Anyway, this is what the book looks like. So yeah, just that there. I'm going to have to be careful. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't typically read the books for my tarot decks when I'm using them. So this right here isn't going to really bother me too much, but if you read your books a lot, it probably will bother you. However, I have been reading this one, as you can see, and it's because it is from the series. And so if you understand, like if you know the names of the people and you understand what's going on, or like who the people are from the series, you're going to give much better readings with this deck here. And although I did watch the series, it's been so long since I watched it, and I don't think I watched the full thing, so there's some characters in here that I needed to reacquaint myself with. So but it's a really good, I thought it, you know, other than this little issue here, I think it's, other than that, pretty well made. It looks pretty sturdy. So that's not going to bother me personally too much. Let's go ahead and move on to some of these other decks before we get into the readings. So now we have the Macabre Tarot, which is this deck here, but I want to show you this because I love the box, but what else I love about the box is this. Oh wait, it's not doing it right now. It was like doing a squeaky hingy thing, and now it's not. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's messing up. Interesting. So I'm kind of disappointed with both of these now. I gotta say, like 2 or 3 times I've opened this thing and it had this squeaky hinge noise, and now I'm trying to do it to show everybody else and it doesn't. So you hear it? It's all jacked up now. Very disappointing. Very disappointing, because that was like the best feature about it, was the box and the fact that it made that noise. I mean, the cards themselves are really cute, but just for the extra price that I've got to be really honest, for the extra price that they're asking for this one, and look at, I have an extra one to sell. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'm going to put it up or not, because I am a little disappointed at that, because that was the thing that I loved the most about this one, was the fact that it had that squeaky whatever, and I guess there's a battery right here where I can change it, but who wants to do that just to have their box keep squeaking? Anyway, so we'll put the box over there. Here's the cards, though. The cards are awesome. Aren't they perfect for our subject matter today? And to go with the supernatural deck. Like, you'll see them more in the reading, but the cards are just awesome. They've got gilding. They feel good in my hands. They shuffle well, because I was shuffling them a little bit, playing with them earlier. Then we have this deck here, which is the Vlad Dracula deck. Now, this is the deck that was the one that gave me the subject for this particular reading. I knew I wanted to use this deck in any reading. I didn't care what kind of reading it was, and it's just because of the images, the faces, like their expressions, all of it was giving me so much in the reels, right? So then I opened this one and started playing around with it, and I was like, oh, this is giving me ideas for a reading. So here's what the box looks like. It's got that in there. We have the book. Here's the back of the box. A nice book. Feels like it's made the same way as the other one. This one's a little less stiff. I think the reason the other one did that is because the cover and everything was kind of stiff, but the book is very nice. And the man who did this, he actually makes another deck that I think I have, which is the Angel Tarot, and then he makes the Occult Tarot or something, I think. But anyway, so he did a lot of research. I was reading this one as well, because again, when it's a theme like this, it really helps to know the different stories that are behind each of the thing. Like, it can give you extra in the reading. Right now, I haven't had a chance to read this particular one too much, because as I was reading the introduction and the notes, and then I got to I think I got this far in right here, and I was like, oh my God, I've got an idea for a reading. So let's do it. And we're gonna figure out I haven't used any of these 3 decks here at all in any readings yet. I have used these 2. I used this one at the fair in Carlsbad recently, but let me show you these cards real quick, and then we'll start getting into... Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the Lenormand. So this is another one that's new to me. I don't know if it's new on the market or not, but this is the Laura Tuan Lenormand Oracle. I don't know if I said that correctly. Another nice box, very sturdy, very well made, with a book that's, again, very well made. Oh, yeah. It's got, it tells you like the different positions, past, present, unexpected. It tells you all the different things. Again, this, I haven't really read it or anything. I'm getting ready to check out this deck here with you guys on camera as well. And I planned on just using well, this is an oracle deck, but I plan on using this as just an oracle deck with like just using one card. So anyway, here is the Vlad Dracula deck. Has little sayings at the bottom, which we're going to get into when we get into the reading. I really like this deck as well. Very, you know, the images are very illustrative. Okay, we have the song Last Resort by Papa Roach. So again, the music is really fitting with the theme so far. And then this is the Lenormand. Very pretty. Yeah, very pretty images so far. Okay. So let me go ahead and clear these out of the way. I don't know if we're going to get charms or not. We'll see how the reading goes. But what we are going to do is I'm going to start with the group, or excuse me, not the group, the sign that has been, you know, the most watched. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Hi, Libra. We're starting off with the song Good Love by Anita Baker. So let me go ahead and pull some of these oracle cards to see. We're going to start by looking at what is the injustice that you are crying out about. Right? Like what was it that happened? And then we'll ask who is involved, and then we'll ask the question, what are your ancestors going to do about it? I think that's what I'm going to call it. Like, let the ancestors handle it. Like, how will they handle it? And then finally, what we'll look at is what crystals you can use to help you let go, to move on, and let go and let God, basically. So I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. Maybe I'll get it right by the time I get to the last sign. Okay. Actually, hold on. I was kind of distracted as I chose this one because I remembered that I wanted to say something. I feel like it's this card that needs to come out, and we're going to actually leave it that way. Oh, interesting. So what it was that I wanted to say when I pulled this card is that I'm going to record these readings based on the most popular video, the most watched video from my Starseed videos. And I think I'm going to do that from now on. Like, whichever one happens to be the most watched sign, that's going to be the one that'll get their reading first. Only because since you guys are the ones, or well, you guys are not. You guys were actually the ones that were the second most watched sign. Gemini was the one that was the most watched, which means they are the ones that got their video first this time. Because they were the most active. So I want to make sure that I'm, you know, getting the video out first to those who are the most interested in watching them. So anyway, that's the order that we're going to do it, the most popular to the least popular. All right, now I'm done explaining what I needed to and getting these shuffled. Interesting that I feel like I need to prepare. I always say that I don't take anything for granted in these readings. Like if it happens, if it, you know, it's meant to be part of the reading. One more. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we have the creeper. And then we have the ring. Oh, now we have the mice. Small problems that can lead to very large issues, right? That's what this card means in Lenormand. It talks about small issues. Like think about how the mice can get into, you know, your cabinets and eat your food. They can chew up the electrical. They can do all kinds of stuff. Now we have the adventurer, the whistle. You're being called to something, or you were called to something. Hold on. We've got an end. Oh, interesting. Hold on. The enchantress. And the title. Someone wants your, or wanted your, someone wanted your man, your relationship. I don't know why I'm saying man. Take that however it resonates. But, and I think they're creating small problems or something. We're actually going to get more information with the cards to look at specifically about what is the injustice that happened first before we look at who is involved. But this, with the creeper here, this is someone that is not involved in the actual marriage or relationship, right? Someone creeping on the outside, someone who, and again, I know this says the adventurer, but you see the way he's got this candle lighting the way, right? So again, it's something happening in dark time, or in darkness, or under cover of darkness, creeping, like where they shouldn't be, maybe, right? Come on. I hate this camera sometimes, I swear. And I really can't afford to like get a different one. Whatever, just trust me. It's annoying me, but just trust me. He's holding up a candle to light his way. And so, or it's a match, literally to light the way in the dark. So again, this adventure that's happening, it's happening under cover of darkness, or this risk that's being taken, because that's what the adventure card is about, really. It's a risk. So whatever this risk is, it's happening. It's happening under cover of darkness. Maybe you didn't even know about it, but you either you just found out about it, or you're getting ready to find out about it because of the whistle with the end. And literally with the whistle and the end, we've got it's literally calling to mind like there's a clear winner, right? And it's because, but what's interesting here is, like, as I was saying, there's a clear winner. And I was getting ready to set this down. I wanted to say it's because of small losses, and I literally heard small loss, like in a sarcastic way, right? So maybe you don't really see it as a huge loss. I don't know. Or maybe you think someone stole some sort of title or contract or something. Maybe you think they did it nefariously, or secretly. They did something behind your back, causing small problems and losses so that they could win. You have to take that however it resonates for your situation. But the Enchantress with the ring in Lenormand is about a relationship. And the Enchantress with the Creeper tells me this is a third party in a relationship. Could be that there are children involved as well who are losing out, and that could be where the justice, like maybe that's why you're crying out for justice, because of the children. But there's something here of somebody doing something nefarious, like behind the scenes, right? Something that was sneaky and risky behind the scenes in order to cause problems, so that to cause you to lose out. And look at the way the Creeper is kind of like putting their arms in the shrugging shoulder almost. It looks to me like they're shrugging their shoulders like, oh well, right? And then look at, you've got the rat underneath that. Interesting. Let's see who the rat is. We also have the sun. So it could be, look at this sun, looks like it's floating on water. Like if you put it this way, she looks like she's laying down, floating. Like very relaxed, right? Looks very, very relaxed. It should be, so somebody lazy. Like that's what I'm getting from it. Somebody, not that I feel like this is trying to depict laziness. It looks actually very peaceful. But the sun should be upright and with the eyes open. The sun should not be asleep when it's out bright during the day. You should see eyes open, right? Unless it's an eclipse. Maybe something happened during the recent eclipses. Or it could be that it will happen over the coming eclipse season for Taurus and Scorpio. But, you know, take that however it resonates for your situation. Actually, let's put these back over here where they belong. I'm going to leave the sun there. We'll leave those two here, and we're going to leave these here. So let's go ahead and look at first more information about what was the injustice. What exactly happened? It's interesting because Gemini's reading was so like positive, and it kind of really threw me for a loop, and I knew that I didn't need to dig in for any more like questions or anything, right? Like and we have the song Gypsy from Fleetwood Mac, and this one I feel like we really need to dig in. So let's see. So we have the Ace of Daggers, the Six of Cups, the Six of Bones, and the Devil. With the Six of Cups, there are children involved, and there's this toxicity there, right? It's like, especially with the Six of Bones in the center, and the way that the Devil card has three eyes as well as this Six of Bones, right? It's like you're seeing this devil energy coming, but it's literally 666 coming through. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, and I'm like, let's be real, it is coming through that way because this is the card 15, which breaks down to a 6. It's literally greed, lust, betrayal, all of it. It's literally what we saw in the beginning with the Enchantress and the ring. I think somebody came in and cheated. or tried to steal somebody's spouse, literally. And there's something about like toxicity to the kids, poisoning the kids' minds, something about poisoning the kids against the other person. Like I don't really feel like it's, I mean, I hope it's not actual poisoning, but this feels more like, although if you look at it, it is going right into this child's mouth. Obviously that's a child, right? And you can see the fire coming out of the top of the child's head. But anyway, so it's poison, but I think because it's cups, this is like emotional poison. It's literally the ending of a relationship where one person left with someone else, and then the children were poisoned against the person that was left behind. Now, I know that's very specific. That doesn't have to be for everyone. I think like if this is not an actual marriage or relationship, then this is some sort of like if it's like a business, because the only other thing that we can take from the ring here would be a contract, right? And so it's some sort of contract or promise where there were other people involved, and they were like brainwashed against one person. We have the Three of Cups here on the bottom of the deck, so that just confirms for me even more that there's people involved that shouldn't be involved. So let's see exactly who they are. We're going to look for some like astrological signs or whatever with the supernatural deck, right? I want to know, who are they? What are their personalities? Just to kind of give you more of a idea. Like I said in the beginning, I don't remember all of the characters right off the bat. So if we get a character from this deck that I don't remember, we'll go ahead and look at the book. Why not? So who's involved? We got the moon. So every time I see this card, I always feel like, even though it is the moon cycle above his head, it just feels like there's like their hearts or something, right? Especially right now. Like, so first of all, the moon can be Pisces energy. But let's look at that's on the bottom of the deck though. Let's look at these cards here. Oh, interesting. So we've got the Three of Cups with the Eight of Wands, and we already had the Three of Cups in your reading, didn't we? I think we did. I think we already had your Three of Cups somewhere. It is. It's on the bottom of the other deck. So this just confirms for me again that this is probably a water sign with some fire in their chart based on these two cards here. The Three of Cups, this is going to be someone who is probably fun-loving. They might even drink, or they may drink socially, right? Because that's kind of what the Three of Cups energy is, like going out for celebrations, right? So they probably have a lot of friends. They could be popular, or they have at least a couple of close friends. And I think that's this person here. Ooh, interesting. And now we'll look at, remember I said water and fire? We have these two people that were on the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Bones, and then Pisces being the moon. So maybe that is who they are. For fire and water, right? The people that are involved are fire and water, along with Libra here, okay? So one person, very fun-loving, probably, has a lot of friends, charismatic, maybe a social drinker, or they go out to bars drinking, something like that with their friends a lot. And then the other person probably is a talker. Like they're either very smart, or they like to talk with this particular card here. Like that would be the best way for you to get to know them, or for you to understand like who it is, like whoever this person is, or when they speak, they're very passionate. So that's why I say intelligent. Like maybe there's something that they're an expert at, or that they're passionate about when they speak, right? That the Wands is a very spiritual card, right? So, you know, they're, and I think this, we've got the Four of Wands here. So more of that fiery energy, right? The way she has her hand out here, and then we have the Eight of Wands, you know, coming out underneath that, or, you know, complementing that fire energy, what was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person is probably, they're probably into this kind of stuff, right? Like something, either Wicca or something like that. Some sort of craft is how I feel that I want to say it. Like there's a craft here. It could even be with this Devil card, and the Six of Cups, and what I was seeing as like emotional manipulation, or brainwashing, or like poisoning the mind against someone or something else, right? Like that. I think that's something about, there's like this person may have done some sort of ritual or something to achieve that. I think they ended up married or something. I don't know. Or they're like, these two are in a committed relationship. Interesting. But I think that, like, if they are in a committed relationship, look at what was underneath the deck right after that. Remember what I said about the kids, right? And then here's a different person this is a different woman. And I know he's different as well, but this is the Hermit card, right? And it kind of just feels like it's almost like saying like these two are in hiding or something. I don't know how to explain it. Or like they're trying to keep a low profile or something, but you're still having to take the kids back and forth. There could be like a father figure. I feel like I don't know why, like a father figure over here. I don't know why I want to say it that way, but I do. Because I feel like this is the ex-spouse of this person with the child, and I feel like whoever this person is answering the door when you go to drop off the kids is probably a father figure of some type over here, right? Like, I don't think that's well, it feels fatherly. That's the only way I can say it. And then look at, and then look at, I swear to God, this looks like the lawyer. I swear to God, I don't know, did somebody like attack somebody physically? Was there like a physical altercation or something? And he's giving me lawyer vibes. There's something about like a physical altercation or something. Could even involve like a weapon. And I think it was, I don't know, probably one of the females that was involved. Interesting. Did I already say the song that we have? So it's She Don't Know, Carrie Underwood. So interesting. Again, you can't make this shit up with the when I'm doing these readings and the music comes through and it's like so perfect for the read, right? Like I just love it. Okay, so let's see how are your ancestors gonna handle this? What are they gonna do? Because I don't think you care too much based on this song. You're like, whatever. Good riddance. Was it this one that, hold on. Was it this one where I felt like I heard somebody say small loss sarcastically? I don't know. I might be thinking of a different reading. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, look at, you've got the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So that's the second time it's come out now because it's right here. So, like there's something about you, it's basically saying like you are, because it says Vlad's hidden treasure. This is one of the more positive cards in this deck, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute when we get to the other cards. But come on, this camera. Vlad's hidden treasure. I don't know, maybe you're getting like child support, spousal support, something. And then look at the 9 of coins underneath that. I swear I just shuffled. You saw me shuffle. It says a farmer must cut the weeds and roots. So and then we've got the devil again underneath that, and that says, this is the image of Vlad the Impaler, right? Look at that. I think like financially, that's one way. I think this is definitely saying financially. Here's that 3 of Swords, Dracula's dreadful and curious things. Interesting. It's like, I feel like it's saying financially, that's one way that your team is going to, I'm going to shuffle these again just because we have the 9 and 10 of coins together and this is a new deck. I want to make sure that they're really, really well mixed. We have the song Megalomania. I wonder if this person, like your ex has money or something. Yeah, Megalomania from Incubus. So, or they had money, they might not anymore, or they might not for long, or they might get kind of difficult or something, like a little, like you have to pinch, tighten the belt a little, like, again, I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. It says, Manea the Bad, Vlad's eldest son. That's on the bottom of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow-moving energy. So it could be that maybe if they are together long-term and they're trying to have their own children or something, like that could be delayed, or it could be a very difficult thing. And I know that seems a little bit, it seems a little bit cold, but we're looking at what is the justice they're going to have to pay that you will not have to lift a finger for. So now we have the 6 of Stakes on the bottom of the deck, which says the Forest of the Impaled. Okay. So if there are multiple people attached to the situation other than just the two, or excuse me, I should say the third party, right? If there are other people attached, like they're going to probably suffer some sort of financial loss because we have more coins here. But anyway, I think that it is definitely going to be something fine. Look at, here he is again, the devil, Vlad the Impaler. So literally it's gonna, like, whatever their vices are, I think that is a little bit diabolical, right? Like, think about it. You're so comfortable, right, that you can, or you make just enough money to live only comfortably, meaning you have your home, you've got just enough food to eat, you can pay your utilities, you've got just enough gas to get to work, but anything extra that you want, you cannot afford, right? Like, you can't go, like, especially if this is somebody is like likes to go out and have a drinky poo or two, like, guess what? Now all of a sudden you can't afford it, right? I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that that's like, but anyway, so now we've got the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Stakes with the 7 of Coins, and the 7 of Coins is the one that's like the card that's sitting in the immediate, like what's next position, right? The immediate future or what's next. This card here is the present, what's going on presently. This card here is what was happening in the past. So in the past, you can see someone is handcuffed and being led away in chains, right? And as you can see, it says Vlad led to Hungarian captivity. So apparently, the fact that Vlad has come up in the Devil twice and this dude here is the main focus of the reading, I think like this dude is probably, that's who is being represented as Vlad. So number one, he's caught. He was caught in whatever it was that he did, and so now he's got to pay the consequences, right? This is, he's being he's being led to jail in order to answer for his crime, or his, you know, to answer for his sins, basically. Oh, of course. We have the song Hail Mary by Tupac, and so now we've got the 2 of Stakes, right? And the caption says, the deceit of Hamza and Kata Bolinos. So we're going to look that up. Hold on a second. We're going to look that up, and then I want to say something about the 7 of Pentacles, because I think this is giving us the most story. Let me find my book. The 2 of Stakes. It says, in early 1462, Vlad Dracula refused to pay the required tribute to the Ottomans, failed to give personal homage to Mehmed II, and delayed the conscription of 500 young Wallachian men for the Ottoman army's elite Janissary Corps. Mehmed had the skilled Greek diplomat and his most capable administrator, Thomas Katabolinos, escort Vlad to the Ottoman capital to discuss the way to move forward. Hamza Bey, a celebrated admiral of the Ottoman Navy and governor of the Nicopolis region, would serve as temporary military protector of Wallachia while Vlad was absent. Vlad, however, had already determined he would not negotiate in person with the Sultan, and Katabolinos was surprised to find him with a fully armed escort. When Hamza and his troops descended, Vlad was ready for them. The majority of the enemy soldiers and diplomats were killed or captured. Vlad ordered Hamza and Katabolinos to be impaled, taking special care to hoist Hamza upon the highest stake in a mocking show of respect. They were the last envoys sent by Sultan Mehmed to Vlad Dracula. So what's very interesting about that is because now we get to the 7 of Pentacles, or the 7 of Coins, and the caption says, boyars are forced to build Castle Dracula, right? So if you're getting some sort of child support or spousal support or something like that, right? I think this person fought it or will fight it or will try to fight it, right? And they're probably going to look, it's probably going to look like they're having victory for a while, or at least it did look like they were having victory for a while. But then we get to the 7 of Pentacles. I think ultimately, I think what is going to happen is there's going to be a financial toil or toll. I say toil because of this here. Toil meaning a lot of work that's going to be needed by the other party in order to recoup these finances. Because I think there's going to be some losses that may not be directly related to what they owe you, right? Like you may get very small amount. Like it could be that they get this victory where you get almost nothing, right? Because they're like, this is mine, all mine, you get nothing. But then what's going to end up happening is later on down the line, especially if they're trying to like build wealth, build a home in some way, because this says boyars are forced to build the castle Dracula. So if you have people who are forced to build things, like, I mean, yeah, you're going to get the work done, but it's not going to be done as fast as well, whatever. I mean, in my opinion, I'm just saying based on the way this feels, right? Like, in other words, the word forced here is what's most important to me, meaning it's not like anybody wants to help him build the wealth, right? It's not like anybody wants to help him build his home or his security. It's not like anybody wants to help him succeed or to see him have anything good. They're forced to do it through fear, intimidation, whatever the case may be. It's like, I think what's going to happen here is that the person that did you wrong, right, is going to struggle. I think it's every penny that they get is going to be a struggle. Every victory, every, anything that feels like a win is going to feel like they had to fight hard to get it. And especially if money is really important to this person, I think that would probably be probably the best revenge, right? I think, I hate to say it, right, because we do have the Six of Stakes here, and it shows all of these people impaled, right? The Forest of the Impaled. And so this is basically saying this is how he has his victories, right? So it could very well be that you may struggle as well. But I think the victory, because, and I think you might struggle because the other party is a bully, right? A bully, and that's how they get their way. And it probably works. But what they will probably never tell you is exactly how difficult and how hard fought every bit of arrogance and because if you see them out and they look like they're well put together, let me tell you, they had to beg, borrow, and steal to get whatever clothing they're wearing or car they're driving. Maybe the car doesn't even belong to them, right? That kind of thing. I feel like they're going to really struggle financially, and it may not even look like what most people would see as struggle, but for them, it is definitely going to be a struggle. And so I feel like this is what your team is saying, don't let the appearances fool you, because inside, this is part of the reason that they are they get away with being so intimidating and being such a bully, is because they don't show their weakness. This person, Vlad Dracula, doesn't show his weakness. Now, he had his own beliefs that were very, harsh, but he was a bully. So let's look at what crystals you can use. If you want to, you don't have to, but a lot of people like crystals who watch these readings. So let's see which crystals you can use and how you can use them. Are you supposed to wear them as jewelry? Are you supposed to use them in meditation? Are you supposed to do a grid, sachets, or do a spell and then carry the ingredients for that spell around in a little sachet, or because that's what I do sometimes. But anyway, let's see what we got to do. We have the song Wherever I May Roam, Metallica. Interesting that it's talking about roaming or home, right? And we're talking about building a house. So, and maybe this is something that will follow them wherever they go. Maybe there will always be difficulties with their home or their living situation. We have Jade on the bottom of the deck, and it says dream work. I have to be really honest with you. As soon as I saw this, I knew immediately that you were meant to fantasize. Literally, see it playing out in your head. Oh my God. God, this is going to sound so mean, but hey, let's be real. if you're going to say a prayer, let's say a prayer and let's be honest about what it is that we're praying for, right? So if you want to say a prayer for your justice, right? Fantasize it. See it in your mind's eye. Let it play out like a movie. Let yourself feel the emotion of it. Let yourself experience the emotion that the other person feels. Let it feel real, and then let it go and let God. Okay? So let me shuffle this one more time and then we'll get a couple of crystals. All right. And see, now we have Boji Stone, Balance. We're going to take that one out. And look at Letting Go, Green Calcite. We're going to take that one out with Diamond, Light Body. I feel like those are your three. Oh, wait, hold on. Peach Calcite to harmonize. Hold on. And then we can do this one. Oh, and we've got Forgiveness. Let's take them all. Abundance, Citrine as well. You can use Citrine too if you want. Okay, so hold on. Let me... Okay, so you're going to do this at your feet, the Boji Stone, root chakra, sacral, and or solar plexus. Let's do peach calcite at the sacral and green calcite at the solar plexus, because you really do want to let go, right? That's something that's going to take active participation on your part. So Earth Star, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, and then I want this one on your third eye, the diamond, because I want you to activate your light body, right? And remember what I said about fantasizing whatever it is that your prayer for justice. See it, feel it in meditation, okay? With this stone placement here. So I'll walk you through it one more time. Boji Stone at your feet, which is your Earth Star chakra. Smoky Quartz at your root chakra. Peach Calcite, sacral chakra. Green Calcite, solar plexus. Rose Quartz on your heart chakra. And Diamond on your third eye. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tell your friends anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me. I thank you guys very, very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.